How's it going, everybody? Lately, I've been extremely fascinated with the fact that the vast majority of human beings on the planet, for some reason, they just seem extremely resistant to change, okay? Now, obviously, nobody has to change. Not for themselves, not for anyone else, and not for their circumstances. Nobody actually needs to change, okay? Nobody needs to do anything. And that's existentially speaking, okay? At a baseline, if we're being objective here, the only reason somebody would need to change is to achieve a particular result, okay? Because really, reality in life does not care what you do or if you do anything at all. But if you want to live the best life that you possibly can, then there's going to be a requirement for constant improvement, because in life, change and evolution is the only constant. The only thing that does not change is that everything is always changing all of the time. And to me, that was a very groundbreaking thing. That was what you would call a paradigm shift, okay? And the thing is, I think the big thing here is that most people, they can't change because they're unaware of what a paradigm is. People actually think that everything that they always have experienced is just the way it is, okay? If you grew up with a particular religion, unless you found yourself questioning it constantly, like many children do, the vast majority of people just roll with it. Like, they're programmed to believe that the world is the way that their parents taught them it is, that their government taught them that it is, and that society has taught them that it is. It has nothing to do with government or parents or anything, okay? What it has to do with is whatever particular influences you were surrounded by growing up, okay? And so this is the foundation that lays out your paradigm. This is what the majority of your baseline level of perception and understanding about the world around you is based upon. It's about everything you've always known to be true growing up. So most people, they have these patterns of behavior, these patterns of thinking, these patterns of existing in life that they've always lived in. And most people are not taught to question these things, or for some reason they just don't have the ability to do so. For me, it's always felt natural to question things in a way like, okay, so, they want me to sit here in school for 8 hours a day. Why? What benefit am I getting out of this? How come I find it so hard to sit here in school? Now, obviously, I'm not saying school is bad. What I'm saying is, for me, I always ask myself, why am I here? I always wondered what the purpose of school was, and it's that simple, And I found many benefits, and I found many, like, wow, this class has no purpose. And I still, every day, I'm like, wow, I don't really use a lot of this stuff, but I do use a lot of it as well. Anyway, the point is, everyone around me just kind of went with it. Whatever life gave them, they followed, and on one thing, everybody just wants something to believe in. Because asking, like, well, what is the real truth here? What is really going on is a very hard process that most people just don't have the time or the energy or the patience to go through. Nobody wants to sit through hours and hours of philosophy and psychology like I have. Especially like studying all sorts of different ways of thinking to come to the ultimate truth that everything is true and everything is false all at the same time. Which, again, most people they think too black and white, they're not going to be able to understand what that means. But If you actually take the time to learn about the world and try to find the truth, you realize there's no such thing as a truth, at least as far as approaching reality, okay? Because it doesn't matter. All that matters is what you want to matter. So anyway, that's the thing. That's what this is all about, is value systems and what you believe is important to you. Okay, and so everybody has different things in life that they're fixated on, you know? So anyway, people just get stuck into these thoughts and these patterns and these beliefs, and all of this is based upon what they think matters in life, what they think is important, okay? It's all founded upon what they think the truth about life and reality really is, okay? And because it's highly individualized, because what's important is subjective, and it's all based upon who you have been your entire life. That means it's individualized, and everybody's going to have different things that are important to them. However, here's the kicker here, because everyone just stops there. They're like, oh, well, everyone's different, so if I want to get drunk every day, you know, and kill myself, then, you know, that's my decision. Like, wow. Okay, now here's the thing. Sure, you don't need to not do that. Like, you can do that if that's what you really want to do. But I think deep down inside, what everybody really wants is to be happy. Everybody wants to live the best life they possibly can, meaning at the very least, you just want to be comfortable, you want it to be easy. The fact is, though, it's never going to be easy as long as you expect it to be easy. Now, to make yourself bulletproof and to make life easier, you have to understand that life is always changing. And so the fundamentals of evolution, and really the fundamentals of making life easy, is learning how to adapt to life and go with the resistance. And it makes life just simple as hell. Anyway, most people believe that they are the way they are, and they've always lived this way. And first of all, if you do the same thing every single day for your entire life, it's going to be extremely challenging to stop doing that thing. So if you are being this person every single day, it's just like brushing your teeth as soon as you wake up in the morning. It's just like just like breathing. It's just a natural thing you've always done, and you don't even realize you're doing it. Most people don't even realize that they can literally change who they are. They can change what they want to be. They can change what they are being. They can change their career, their relationships, their approach to all of this. But the thing is, it's hard and it's painful. And most of these circumstances that we bring into our lives, not me, but everyone else that is not aware of this, it's there to remove themselves from pain. It's not there to bring them happiness. People get in a relationship that it brings them so much stress, but the pain of the relationship is less than the pain of being alone. But they don't realize if they could just start to work on themselves and learn what actually makes them happy, and if they remove all the stress from their lives, if they remove all these crutches that they just have in their life to avoid pain and suffering, then they'll start to see what makes them happy, and over time they'll bring people, places, and circumstances into their lives that genuinely make them happy, instead of as being just a crutch to avoid pain. But the thing is, nobody can actually reach that unless they understand, holy fuck, like, you know, seeing the reasons why they do these things, and seeing like who they actually are, seeing the pseudo self and then seeing the true self, and then detaching from both of these things and looking at these things objectively and understanding that we are not a soul or a spirit. There's no such thing as a true self. What we are doing right now, who we are being, our personality is not just like, oh, it's just who we are. It's all created from what you've always done your entire life, your habits, the people you've been around. It's the identity that you would identify with, the self-image. And so this is all about habits, and it's just a pattern that's extremely hard for most people to break. So anyway, let me know what you all think about this, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.